Welcome back. So, in the dye pots today, I have a brand new colorway. And even better than that, it was a customer submission. Now, I know what you're thinking. I don't always do customer submissions. In fact, I really don't do a lot of them at all, considering how many colorways I put out. But there's generally a reason for that. So, 9 times out of 10, when somebody's wanting to submit a photo, there's some attachment there, right? It's not just a beautiful photo. And don't get me wrong, 99% of the photos that are submitted are absolutely stunning. But there's an emotional aspect to that photo that I honestly can't always do justice to. And when we're working in art, whether it's paintings, music, or yarn, there's always some emotion there. And I honestly, if I can't bring that emotion to the table, then I'm not doing that colorway justice, I'm not doing that photo justice, and I'm not doing that customer justice. Now, that's not me saying don't submit your photos. Please, send your photos to me. I love seeing inspiration. I'm inspired by all things. I really am. But sometimes it's one of those things where, somebody's like, hey, look at this beautiful waterfall. And I'm like, it is a stunning waterfall. It really is. And they're like, I got married there 25 years ago. Can you make yarn? And I'm like, nothing I do could possibly even come remotely close to making that yarn as special as that moment really was for that couple. So, sometimes when I get a submission, and this is my second one this week actually, the Sun Conure was also a submission, but this one here was based on a sunset on a beach, and there is a couple standing there looking off into the sunset. It is absolutely gorgeous, and I was like, you know what? I don't know if I'm going to hit this on the nose, but I want to try. I want to try and see how well I could do it. So, this week, we have a user submission. Yes, it's going to be available to all. And that's one of those things that when I'm developing a colorway, it needs to be a colorway for everybody. I know some of these photos are going to be special to people. It might be, somebody who's passed or a pet that's passed or something like that. And I apologize. I don't think that's something that I could really do justice to. But, if there's a special moment in your life or a special photo, special location, that's probably something I could touch on. But it needs to be something that I can share with everybody. So it can't be a moment that's just so personal that I can't share that beauty with the world. It needs to be something that I can share with everybody. So, with that being said, please send me your photos. Send me your inspiration. You can email it to me. You can text it to me. Send it to me on Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, Threads. Anywhere Arcane is, you're going to get me. So, send me your photos. Send me your inspiration. Now, let's get to twisting some yarn. Here we've got our fingering weight, that 80/20 Merino Nylon Superwash. We've got these beautiful oranges moving into some yellows. There's just a little tiny hint of gray in there. There's also just the smallest little hint of pink. It is not a bright pink in any way, shape, or form. In fact, it does not come through in these videos very well at all. It is so subtle. But it does kind of lean towards a pink and a peach and a red and a yellow, a little bit of white, and just that blood orange kind of look to it when you got the sun just kind of setting between the sunset. A big reveal at the end, of course. Up next, we got that DK weight. The DK weight on this particular colorway did tend to go just a little bit lighter. So, if you happen to take and work in DK, just understand there's a bit more white than anything else in this one. Not anything else, but there's more white than the other bases, that's for sure. Now, I know that's generally pretty normal, but this DK weight, I saw a nice big white streak come through the yarn. Not something that I'm going to think is going to affect much. I'm going to do my cake up in the DK weight just to make sure of that, but yeah, just keep that in mind. Up next, we got our worsted weight base. Nice and thick and fluffy like clouds. It's a beautiful base. It really is. I love how this spins together. You see that yellow and that orange side by side just twisting up. Oh, it's so nice. It really is. I love it. As always, tuck those ends in. Make that skein crispy. Deep fried, if you will. Whatever it takes. Beauty. Now, that's one thing I'm noticing in this video, that I've got this yarn sitting right in front of me while I'm doing this voiceover, but the one thing that's not really coming through here, I'm seeing a lot of yellows and a lot of oranges. There is definitely some of that peachy pink going on. It's so pretty. I make sure at the end here we're gonna have some color corrected photos for sure. On to the chunky weight. Those fluffy clouds. Almost like a mop, if you will. Put a skein of this on the end of a broom, I bet you it would be just wonderful. Wonderful little fluffiness. It's like twisting up a marshmallow. 100% merino superwash. Chunky weight is beautiful. For anybody who's working with hats, gloves. I've seen some sweaters, I've seen some Afghans, but for the most part, hats and gloves seems to be where this base really shines. All right, into the light box. I am seeing some of that color come through a little bit better here. I know I'm still pushing a little bit more towards the orange and yellow side, but there's definitely some peach and some pink going on. Fingering weight. Up beside that, we've got the DK weights. And like I mentioned, it does seem to be a little bit lighter compared to the other bases, which is normal for a DK weight. This one seems to be pushing just a little bit further than the rest. So it's probably because of the lightness, I imagine. DK weight does tend to suck up those dyes just a little bit quicker. Worsted weight. Absolute beauty. Really is. And finally, we've got that chunky base. DK is really showing that gray coming through. That's beautiful. Just, it's almost like a silver coming through in that gray. Not a mouse gray. I'm going to push it over to the silver side of things. I know I usually say nice light gray is a mouse gray, but not this one. It's a silver. Beautiful distribution through the hank. Not seeing any patterning whatsoever. It's really quite a variegated yarn. I suspect if you're working with socks, you might get the tiniest little bit of spiraling, but I don't think there's going to be much there. No striping or anything like that. I think this one's going to turn out quite well. I would love to see this in a sweater. I really would. Just a nice spring, summer. Not summer, depending on where you are, but yeah, just like a summer tea or something like that. It would be beautiful. All right, so let's get this into the caker and get it checked out here real quick. I did mention we're going to take and run the DK weight this time. I want to see the distribution of colors and just see how it kind of pulls itself together. The DK weight was quite a bit lighter, but I wasn't seeing anything alarming when it comes to saturation. I don't think we're going to have large white spots or anything like that. Just a nice variegated white. And even then, spinning it up, I can already tell this is going to be just fine. Yeah, this is exactly where I want it to be. No problems at all. Look at that poor table though, eh? That caker's just beating it up a little bit. Turn it down. Maybe it doesn't need to be max. Beauty. Look at that. Get her into the light box. Looks wonderful. It really does. I'm not seeing anything alarming at all. We've got good saturation. We've got color all the way to the outside. all the way to the inside, front and back, top to bottom. It's a beautiful colorway. It really is. And we can kind of see some of those peaches coming through in this one. Beautiful. All right, so up first, we have our new colorway, Better Together. If I could get it straight in the box, that is. Up beside that, I've got the Sun Conure. Same kind of oranges. Sun Conure's just a little bit brighter when it comes to the orange. I know that's not really coming through right here, but I promise. Up beside that, we've got Behold. If you're looking for it on the website, that's B-Hold. Inspiration for that one was a bee, obviously. Up beside that one, I've got Down to Earth, kind of pushing more into the greens. Little touch of turquoise blue in that one. On the other side of things, I've got Feelin' Peachy. Really kind of pairs off that lighter side of things. I think I like those three side by side by side. Better Together, Behold, and Feelin' Peachy. Oh, so pretty. Or if you're leaning to the green side, finally we've got Putting the Fun in Fungi. I don't know if you've noticed, but I might have a thing for puns. Maybe just a little one. Better Together. And of course, where would you be without a little bit of golden yellow? Up beside that one, we're going to pull the Ecru Undyed, kind of playing into the white side of things, nice and light. And if it was me, I would probably look at these three for something. The nice whites, golden yellow, or maybe even the golden yellow, sun yellow. Sun yellow, of course. Up beside golden yellow there. Or for the safer bet, maybe some mouse gray, which we're going to toss on the other side, beside the white there. The Ecru Undyed. I apologize. Not a white, kind of a creamy color. To go a little bit darker, I would probably look at the dark gray. I know I usually say charcoal, but I just feel the charcoal really overpowers this colorway. The dark gray kind of comes in nice and soft in between the two. Here we've got those colors nice and corrected, as real to life as I can possibly get them. We've got those beautiful oranges, a little bit of peach, you can kind of see that hint of pink coming through, a little bit of gray, some yellows. As always, swatch available in pretty much every new inspiration photo and last photo of every single listing on the website. Big reveal, Better Together. Am I wrong? It's beautiful. Thank you so much for stopping by. We'll see you again next time.